everyone, welcome back. Chris Stout here. Welcome back to the channel and to the series. In this episode, I'm going to be focusing on kind of putting the car away for winter and or any extended non-driving time. I'm starting in the passenger side to kind of orient you because I had a C8 Corvette that I was able to take sort of one of those plug-in chargers like that would go into what we used to call a cigarette lighter to keep it charged. It had so many electrical systems to kind of keep going. The Mercedes isn't that much different with those systems, but I do want to point out that there is a plug. It's a little hard to see in this video, my apologies, but you can see it here. I'm going to stick my finger sort of halfway into it. I have a Valentine 1 radar detector, so that can plug into this. I'm sure there's other kinds of things that can plug into it, but I went back to the dealership to ask them if I could use the charger that I had on the C8 Corvette to be able to plug it in and do it there without having to pop the hood and deal with all that. And their advice was, no, that will not work, and that is not a good idea. So I did not do that. What I have done instead, I've gone ahead and popped the hood. So I've got sort of like a traditional trickle charger like this. You don't need anything special from Mercedes or anything like that. So I've popped the hood. I think this is sort of, wouldn't you think this is and it tells you right here, which is kind of cool. I should look under 6-cylinder, but wouldn't you think it's a V6 in this kind of a configuration, which it is not, is a turbo straight 6 3-liter. We'll talk about that in one of the other episodes in the links below. So I popped the hood, no big deal with that. And what you need to do is orient yourself over here. This is a bit different because it's a hybrid. So I'm not sure if the battery is buried in here. I actually, to be totally honest, eyeballing it here, I'm not sure where the battery is on this, but if anybody knows and wants to put it in the comments, please do. It's very easy to get to the charging part. So you would just pull this back up. It's gonna be a little tricky with me with one hand. And I'll go in tight here, and I don't know if it'll show, but it says 12 volt, 12V positive. So you slide that back, and you've got this odd looking little terminal, let's call it, and that's just where you would take your positive clamp, so red to red, and you would clip onto that. I'm not going to do that today, but you would just clip onto that there. And then any place where you have a ground, so just clicking that back in place. So what I did was just simply ground it to here. Put the negative terminal on that. And then took the charger, set it on the floor, took the plug, plugged it in, and I was away for an extended trip during the winter, and this kept everything happy. I didn't have to come back to a dead car. I didn't have to come back to a problem of resetting systems or anything like that, which I think on this car would be, quite the challenge. A lot of the more sophisticated cars that are electricity and energy high users, these kinds of things becomes very important to make sure that you do keep a proper charge. So I was very happy. It's not as easy as the Corvette. That was super easy. But I will tell you, just simply popping the hood, popping this, taking your regular, go to the auto parts store and get your regular charger, clip it onto that one terminal, which I should cover that back up, and pop that back down, put it onto the negative, and plug it in, and you are safe and good to go to keep your car happy while you're away. I had mine on a trickle for probably 3 weeks, 20 days, something like that, and came back and it was perfectly fine and happy. One of the other things, if you have the app on your phone, if the battery starts to get low, you'll get a notice, and then you can remotely start it. I was literally in Africa, got the notice that my car was low. This was on yet another trip, and was able to remotely start it, let it run for 10 minutes, and remotely stop it, and then didn't get any more signals that there was a problem with the battery. So very happy with how I was able to do that. I never imagined, seemed a little Jetsons with being able to do that. So hopefully this is helpful for you in keeping your battery and electrical system happy in your CLE. If you have any questions or other experiences that you'd like to share, please do that in the comments. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and like. And as always, drive safe. Thanks.